when you are cooking, your body is starting to digest that food before you have even eaten.
Welcome to the Healthy Celiac Show. I'm your host, Belinda Whelan from belindawhelan.com, and here you will learn to live your very best life with celiac disease. So we are going to be talking all about health-related topics because you, my friend, are more than just a woman with celiac disease. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss an episode, and welcome to the show.
So on last week's episode of the Healthy Celiac podcast, I was talking about 15 gluten-free foods that could still be causing issues with your digestion. And my husband and I were enjoying a smoothie bowl today, and I was just chatting with him about the differences between eating a smoothie bowl versus drinking a smoothie and how much more beneficial it is to your digestive system. And lo and behold, he turned around and said, wow, that's perfect for sharing with your audience, and you should teach people that on your podcast. So here we are. I thought I'd share with you the benefits of why a smoothie bowl is really great for you with celiac disease and why it's actually better than having a smoothie. So let's jump into those reasons and help inspire you to start consuming a smoothie bowl. So firstly, what is the difference between a smoothie bowl and a smoothie? So a smoothie, we obviously know what a smoothie is, don't we? We can picture it in a cup or a glass with a straw, and we drink it and it's gone. Whereas a smoothie bowl, as it sounds, you eat it out of a bowl and you don't drink it with a straw, you actually eat it with a spoon. And when I say eat it, you are actually chewing your smoothie bowl, okay? So what is different is it's a little bit thicker than a regular smoothie. So it's got more of a thicker consistency based on the way that you make it. So you don't add water to your smoothie bowl and there's not as much liquid added to it. So when I make smoothies, I usually add something like water or some coconut milk or some coconut water, something to make it thinner and easier to drink through a straw, whereas we don't do that as much with a smoothie bowl. Now, you can put lots of different things in your smoothie bowl, and then what's normally done is you sprinkle different things on top of your smoothie bowl, and it can be fruit, it can be nuts and seeds, it can be shredded coconut, things like that, and maybe a drizzle of maple syrup. And it just adds another element to it where you actually have to chew it. So let's talk about why that's beneficial. Now, when we talk about digestion actually starts before your food hits your stomach. So when you chew food, you're actually creating more digestive juices, okay? So if you just swallow something without chewing it, your digestive juices haven't had much of a chance to swirl around in your mouth and swirl around that food and get that digestive process happening. So when you are chewing a smoothie bowl, so let's just say you take a mouthful of your smoothie bowl and you chew it around in your mouth before you swallow it, that's actually creating more digestion before it hits your stomach. It's pretty amazing, really. So when you are cooking, your body is starting to digest that food before you have even eaten, because we start to smell the food, we start to see the food, and our body gets ready to digest that food. It's very powerful, and it's very different to if you were to go and order some takeaway food. So let's just say you phoned up, you order takeaway food, you go and pick it up and you eat it straight away. You will not digest that food as well as if you had prepared your own food, because your body hasn't had that initial sense of smelling and seeing the food and being prepared for it. It's quite incredible when you think about it. So again, preparing a smoothie bowl, seeing it, smelling all the beautiful fruits, all the things that go into it, moving it around in your mouth, chewing it up, digesting. So it's incredible to think that just by changing the way that you eat can change the way that your body digests food. Now, what I absolutely love about having a smoothie bowl is you are eating something that is completely nutrient dense. It is full of nutrition. It is full of goodness. It's going to make you feel amazing. You're going to feel great to start your day. And when I say that, you don't even have to have them for breakfast. They're fantastic for an afternoon snack or a lunch. You don't just have to have them for breakfast, but they are an incredible start to your day because they're filling, they're delicious, they're nourishing, and it just makes you feel good to start the day with something healthy. I don't know about you, but when I start the day on a healthy foot, I tend to follow it through for the rest of the day. So it can help create better habits as well when we eat well first thing in the morning. I think that's very powerful as well. So yeah, so it's something that I highly recommend that you give it a go, and it's a way of getting those nutrients into your body while you're healing. So if you're very new to having celiac disease and you're worrying about what to eat and you're struggling to find different breakfast ideas, because it's probably one of the questions that I hear a lot is, I just don't know what to have for breakfast. I just don't know what to eat. And people reach for things like gluten-free breads, which are usually full of fat. They're very high fat, the gluten-free breads, and a lot of them have a lot of sugar in them. And there's not that much nutrients that we get from eating bread anyway. Obviously we get fiber and lots of goodness from that side of things, but as far as being nutrient dense, there's not as much of that nutrient dense profile coming from gluten-free bread. So replacing gluten-free bread for breakfast, making sure you're not just reaching for, packaged gluten-free cereals. A smoothie bowl can do so much more for your body than any of those packaged items ever can do. So I love eating as much real whole foods as possible. I know it's not always easy for a lot of people, but even if you just added this in a couple of times a week and see how you feel, if you work during the week, to say you've got a job Monday to Friday, it doesn't even take that long to make in the morning. I kid you not, it might sound like, oh wow, this is a lot of work, but they actually don't even take that long to make. So give it a go, see how you feel, see what the difference is when you eat this way, feel if it nourishes you, feel if it fills you up, if you feel more energized, and go from there, because like anything, if you don't try it, you don't know. You've got to give things a go to see how you feel and how your body reacts, okay? So if this is something that resonates with you, I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to download a free ebook that I've put available for you on my website. And that way you can get some recipes off me and play around with them and see what works for you. There's no hard and fast rules when it comes to smoothie bowls. You can change up the ingredients, you can have different fruits in them, but it's one of those things that once you've got a base idea of how to make them, you can play around with them and you can make them your own. So go to my website, belindawhelan.com, and download that freebie, because I want you to try these. I want you to take photos of them and put them on Instagram. Tag me in your photos. Send me your photos. I want to see what you're making. I want to see what you're creating, and let me know how you feel, because like I said, so powerful, so nutritious, so good for you. And I honestly think you'll really like them. So yeah, I want you to give it a go and let me know. So I hope that really helps you and inspires you to try something different. And I hope it helps you think a little bit more about food next time you go to eat, and think about digestion and think about how it starts before you've even taken the first bite. So thank you so much for listening. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate you being here and letting me share with you and teach you more about your amazing body. So thank you again, and I really look forward to talking with you on the next episode. So have a fantastic week, and I will talk with you soon. Take care. Bye. If you enjoyed this episode, head to belindawhelan.com to get yourself a free copy of my exclusive ebook, 11 Mistakes People Make Going Gluten-Free Living with Celiac Disease.